I am Dr. Shamili Mandal, and I'm back again with the second lecture, that is, folk performances of East and Northeast India, of my fifth module, Folk Performative Traditions. In this lecture, I'll be talking about the major folk performances which we find in the eastern part and the northeastern part of India. In Bengal, folk performances are a combination of secularity along with employment and entertainment for the purpose or for the people of Bengal. Here we have important folk performances, and one of the very famous and prominent folk performance of Bengal is Jatra. Jatra is a traditional Bengali theatrical style that is often performed outdoors during festivals and other celebrations. It is well known for its colorful and dramatic performances. Also, it combines storytelling, acting, dancing, and music. The very dramatic performances includes elaborate dance routines and live music. The songs and talks are quite expressive due to their dramatic singing style. The subjects of the jatra are usually mythology, history, and folklore, and it regularly combines humor, social criticism, and romance. Here, I have given you not the photo of Jatra. Because earlier in my early lectures, in previous lectures and in previous modules, I have discussed about the Jatra, about the Rupban Jatra in special. So here I'll be dealing with other folk performances of Bengal. Although Chou is most closely associated with the tribal regions of Bengal, it is also considered a part of Bengali folklore. In just my previous lecture, I have discussed about the Chou dance, especially and giving special reference to Purulia Chou. This traditional martial dance style combines acrobatics, choreography, and mask, and it is renowned for its powerful movements and footwork. Extremely footwork, we can say. Showstopper. The footwork is the showstopper, actually. It is performed in festivals and the music is played on traditional instruments. Show dancers who represent courage and victory includes gods, warriors, and mythological stories. They have the dhak, drums, the cymbals, and dhamsha, which is played during show performances. They have, incorporated martial arts and illustrates tales of bravery and divine intervention, as well as scenes from epics like the Mahabharata or the Ramayana. Also, we have the Santals or the Shautal and other tribal groups in Bengal who perform folk dances and songs. The dances are usually rhythmic, they are highly synchronized and energetic. The accompanying music features traditional instruments including the dhol, the bamboo flute, and others. There is also another form of folk dance, or you can say folk performance in Bengal, which is named as Alka. It combines acting, dancing, and singing to tell folk tales and legends. The dance is done dynamically through rhythmic movements and theatrical gestures. The performers usually dress traditionally, and the music is fast paced and includes drum and folk instruments like the dotara and the dholak. There is also another type of dance called the dhali dance and is typically performed in Bengal's western regions such as Mednipur and Purulia. During agricultural festivities, the dhali dance is performed by men and women walking in tandem. Strong footwork and repetitive hand claps characterize the fast paced, exuberant dancing routines. These dancers are also accompanied by traditional instruments, such as the flute and the dhol. They usually focus on themes of harvest, nature, and social cohesiveness. There is also a very famous village in Midnapur, West Bengal, called Rangtia, and it is the birthplace of the folk dance known as Kathi Nach, which is stick dance. It is renowned for its lively and exuberant performances. It's also a traditional folk dance, and its vibrant and energetic dance form is performed during festivals and celebrations. The Kathi dance is a part of the rich cultural heritage of West Bengal, showcasing the region's folk traditions. In the northern parts of Bengal, in the districts of Jalpaiguri and Coach Bihar, it is also home to the traditional folk dance known as Bhavaiya, and that is regularly done at religious ceremonies, festivals, and social gatherings. The dancers move in a line or in a circle while being accompanied by Bhavaiya songs, which are often melancholic and profound. Themes of loneliness and longing are expressed through the slow sections and melodies. The dance usually, is based on the themes of longing, love, and separation and reflects the struggles and emotions of rural life. Here, I have attached a photo of the Gombhira dance of Bengal. You see, they also have masks, elaborate masks, and intricate footwork. And I am going to say about the Gombhira dance now. Gombhira dance is a folk dance and a performance art that originated in the rural areas of Bengal, like Malda, Murshidabad, Dinajpur. And it is also practiced in portions of Bihar and Jharkhand, where it has assimilated into a form of distinctive culture. The Gombhira dance is performed for two reasons: cultural and religious. It is mostly done on occasions and festivals which has the ceremonial duties or obeisances to Lord Shiva and other local gods. It is a ritualistic folk performance done for the purpose praising the divinities and being faithful to divine beliefs. The steps of the dance, along with the singing, depict stories and tales related to religion, folklore, or the region. The aims concentrate and extols the most worshipped deities along with narrating his sagas, especially gobbled and propitious Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati. Also, it includes moral tales, socio-cultural life of people, which more often than is not to let the audience wake up to the truth of righteousness and fairness. The performance normally has two prime performers who personate the role of the main deities, the Parvati and the Shiva. In most cases, the principal person who is playing the role, or you can say the principal dancer, becomes Lord Shiva. And the central point and the dance is performed in, surrounding him. The choreography is actually slow and ritualistic. And it is more of, symbolic gestures and graceful movements. They use dramatic facial expressions, mudras, and body language to enhance the storytelling aspect. Shiv is usually depicted with wild, intense movements to symbolize his energetic and powerful nature, while Parvati's movements are more gentle and graceful to show her calm and serene persona. You can say they both define the masculinity and the femininity. The Gambhira dance, or you can say the Gambhira performance, includes song and dance routines and invites community participation with the audience, who often join in rhythmic clapping and chanting. They typically wear masks, which I have shown in the photo. Their costumes are colorful and traditional, and they have bright fabrics and jewelry designed to enhance the ceremonial and the divine nature of the performance. As I have said, it's also performed during religious festivals and particularly and prominently during Bengali New Year or during specific cultural fairs. The performance has a strong emotional appeal due to its connection to rituality and mythology. Gambhira is just, not a dance form, but a spiritual expression connecting the performer, the audience, and the divine. Also, we have the Khon, which is a satirical folk drama of the Rajbongshi community of North Bengal, also known as Deshiapolia. And they kind of reside in different blocks of Dokhin Dinajpur and Uttar Dinajpur, ranging from Kushamondi and Bash Bihari to Gangarampur and Horirampur. Especially the word Khon means khonik, means a moment, and it stands for the episodes in the life of the Rajbongshi community. Khon is a fictionalized or dramatized account of real life incidents, especially those involving illicit love affairs, clandestine love, scandalous events, and criminal cases. It's an oral tradition and is dominated by the dialogues in the local dialect of the Rajbongshi community, which is a mixture of Kamrupi, Borendri, and Bengali. A Khon performance essentially holds up a mirror to the life in Dinajpur, but it broadly reflects the different events in the lives of the farmers and the daily wage laborers of the Rajbongshi community. Next, I'm going to talk about the folk performances from Bihar. With its origins in 20th century folk theatre, Bideshia dance is a popular kind of dance play in the Bhojpuri speaking state of Bihar. Bhikhari Thakur is credited with creating this dance technique. In actually, Bideshia is a type of theatre that examines conflicting issues such as affluent and poor, urban and rural, and tradition and modernization. This dance creator uses it to execute their vision. Male actors or dancers play female roles in Bideshia. This dance is performed normally wearing a dhoti or a pair of trousers. In the districts of Mithila and Koshi, the most popular folk dance in North Bihar, there is also the Jat Jatin, which is performed as a couple's dance. Numerous socially significant topics are covered in this dance, such as poverty, love, sadness, disputes, etc. The original idea of this dance was inspired by the passion between Jat and Jatin. The male character Jat and the female role Jatin are usually the two primary characters in the performance. The performance theme center on mythological or romantic stories, frequently with social commentary, as it is shown. They have rhythms, elegant movements, and extremely vibrant costumes, which are the special features of this dance. Dholak and other folk instruments are used for accompanying singing and dancing. The Jumari dance is one of the most popular dances in this state. The dances are deeply connected to the culture and heritage of the area. The dance is very similar to the Garba dance of Gujarat, and it is specifically created for married women. One popular traditional dance, another one, is the Jijian dance. A fruitful crop and a year of rain are sought by performing this ritualistic dance as a part of a rite to appease Lord Indra, the rain deity we have. The dance is performed during the harvest season when both men and women labor in the fields. The dancers include a lead singer, a dholak player, a flute player, and a harmonium musician. And this includes only female dancers. There's another dance form of Bihar called the pike dance. And the primary goal of this dance performance was to encourage the dancing warriors to act bravely and with physical excitement. A shield and a sword are used in this dance. Two rows are replaced by performers who wear vibrant turbans and fitted dhotis. Chaupai is another type of traditional folk theatre that is mostly presented at religious festivals. This musical presentation uses songs and chants to tell the story of Lord Rama. The Chaupai performances, which highlight important incidents and lessons from the epic, are a component of the Ramayana recitation. Reciting passages from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata is the foundation of the performance and emphasizes the spiritual relevance of these books. Music, dance, and rhythmic chants occasionally accompany the presentations. Alongside the artist, the crowd actively joins in on the singing and the chant. Next, we are going to talk about the folk performances from Assam. The most well known Assamese folk dance is Bihu, which is performed at the Bihu festival, which ushers in the spring and the Assamese New Year. Bihu is a festival which honors the harvest, the nature, and fertility of the land. Its quick, vivacious motions resemble natural phenomena, and the dancers move in lines or circles during group performances. Here, I have attached a photo of the Bihu dance. The men, you can see, wear gamcha and dhoti, while the women dress up in traditional mikla shador, accompanied by the traditional instruments of the tal, pepa, flute, and dhol. The Sadia region, which is near the border between Assam and other states, they host an annual harvest festival where the Khalghor dance is performed. With motions that mirror the customs of harvesting and paying gratitude to the gods, the dance is performed in a circle. Wind instruments and traditional drums give the music. The dance is executed with graceful body motions and frequently incorporates intricate footwork. Also, we have the Vaishnavite monasteries, that is the Satras of Assam, which is the birthplace of an ancient theatre style known as Bhauna. It's a type of, devotional theatre, and it is based on the teachings of Srimad Sankardev. They have the mythical themes, the religious themes, not mythical actually, mythological themes, which are found on the teachings of Srimad Sankardev. And also, they are inspired by Ramayan, Mahabharat, and the Puran. And they focus on the performances. They are performed as a kind of spiritual narrative. And as like in all folk dances and theaters, they have all the elements of drama, music, dance, and it is, frequently features in their performances. And it mostly happens around religious holidays. The shows feature intricate discussions, music, and dramatic gestures, and the actors dress traditionally in masks and costumes. The Bhauna is also renowned for its straightforward yet expressive style, and stories and emotions are largely communicated through gestures and mudras. Also, besides the Bhauna, we have the Onkyo knot. This type of theatre uses dance, music, and drama to portray bhakti and spiritual topics, the devotion actually. The Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the life of Lord Krishna are the inspirations for the Onkyo performances. And they are mostly one act dramas and have mythical themes. Also, acting and music are the primary focus, with simple stage setups and few props. Kirtans or Borgit, a traditional kind of Assamese devotional music, are used to perform in the Onkyo knot. The actor's acting is gesture based, mostly, and the facial expressions and mudras are very meaningful. And they represent mostly the mythological figures which are represented by traditional marks and costumes. Next, I'm going to talk about the folk performances from Jharkhand. In the folk performances of Jharkhand, we have the very famous Sohrai festival, where the tribal population of Jharkhand, especially the Santhal or the Shautal and the Munda tribes, perform the traditional Sohrai dance. In order to show appreciation for a plentiful crop, and you can see that most of the folk dances or folk theatres are performed as an appreciation or an obeisance to the gods for wonderful harvest. So most of them are performed for, bountiful crop and wonderful harvest. It's, you can say, an appreciation, as I said, a happy dance, we can say. That gods, you have given us so much, so we are doing this dance or theater to, appease you actually, to praise you that you have given us so much. In here, the dancers, who are typically women, move in circles to to the beat of drums while donning vibrant traditional clothing. The soft, elegant motions represent the independence, or you can say the interdependence of agriculture, the natural world, and humanity. The sounds of traditional instruments like the flute and the madol accompany the dance. Also, one of Jharkhand's most significant dance form is the Karma dance, which is performed at the Karma festival. It's actually called, the Korom festival or the Korom dance, okay? And which honors the tree as a fertility symbol and celebrates the harvest. The tribe's young people, especially those from the Orao, Munda, and Khoria tribe, do the dance to the rhythm of drums and other traditional instruments. The dancers create a circle and circle a pole, which represents the korom tree. Each dancer moves in unison and enthusiastically performs the dance, which is a plea for wealth and bountiful harvest. With each dance, and various beliefs are represented, and the farming methods of the indigenous tribes. Folk performances play a significant role in Jharkhand's cultural and social life. The performances honor nature, community, and Jharkhand's rich cultural legacy, ranging from the vivacious Cho or the Korom dance to the elegant Shohorai and other rhythmic dances. Next, I'll be talking about the folk performances from Orissa. Here, I have attached a photo of the, facial decoration of the Gotipua dance. So, one of Orissa's earliest traditional dance genres, Gotipua is regarded as the forerunner of the Orisi dance. It symbolizes the worship of Lord Jagannath and is done by young males dressed as girls. So, especially, this one is an all male dance where the various characters are played by males or young boys. Almost contemporary was the Gotipua dance of the, you can say, the classical Orisi dance. To Ramchandra goes the distinction of paving the way for bringing into practice this dance, the Gotipua. This was towards the end of the 16th century. They are distinguished by their elegant footwork, hand gestures, and movements. The dancers dress in traditional Orisi clothes, but the dance style coexisted with each other and independently, but with palpably common roots. From both the essence we have drawn it, kneaded and molded to shape the Odissi dance of today. The word goti means one, single means one, and pua means boy or lad. I said it's a all male dance, and all the characters are played by male, or you can say boys. But the Gotipuas always dance in pairs, not in duet where each other is a partner, and in a composition devised for two. This is further reinforced by giving the boys an oil massage every morning, coupled with stretching, bending, and twisting the limbs. The dance that involves the body contrasted with dancing, which is expressional and demands a certain maturity in the performance. The Gotipuas conveniently scored over the Maharis. They are played by guys. I'm saying this repeatedly. The dance frequently incorporates flexibility and acrobatic positions. Odissi music, traditional one, serves as the accompaniment for the performance. Western Orissa is also home for the Sambalpuri traditional dance. Both men and women play it at local festivities and festivals such as Nuakhai, which commemorates the harvest festival. It is renowned for its coordinated footwork and vivacious moves. The dancers dress in vibrant traditional attire and they are frequently used to accompany all the dances. The dhol, the tal, the flute, and other accompaniments. The dance is connected to Orissa's rural lifestyles and captures the joy of harvest. In the western parts of Orissa, young women practice the traditional dancing style known as Dakhai. It honors the harvest and the passing of the seasons and is frequently practiced during holidays like Dashera and Nokai. They are also performed in lines or in circles during group performances. Dancers dress with jewelry and vibrant saris. The rhythms of rural life are reflected in the motions, elegant swaying, footwork, and hand gestures. There is also another type of traditional religious theatre called the Pala. which is mostly connected to the cult of Lord Jagannath. This theatrical production is dedicated to the adoration of Lord Jagannath, frequently occurring in temples or village squares. With an emphasis on the lives of gods and heroes, Pala performances are usually epic narratives that repeats tales from the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and the other Hindu epics. In order to portray the religious and mythical themes, the actors in Pala use dance, music, and discourse. Actors frequently dress up as legendary figures like Durga, Rama, Krishna. We also have the Dashkatia, which is a traditional form of storytelling theatre performed in the Orissa region. It is characterized by dramatic narration, song, and music, and was historically performed by bards or minstrels who narrate stories based on mythology, religion, and history. The storyteller performs dramatic monologues and dialogues, often with a moral or religious message, and it includes songs and rhythmic drumming to enhance the story's impact. Next, I'll be talking about the folk performances from Arunachal Pradesh. The Bari dance in Arunachal Pradesh is performed by the Monpa tribe during religious ceremonies and festivals. The dance involves rhythmic movements and circular formations, and they are performed by women. They wear traditional attire and use various props, such as wooden sticks. There is also the Buya folk dance, which belongs to the Buya tribe and is known as the Digaru Mishmis. They are women and men who perform the dance, and it is performed in a grand feast or in some family gathering. The Buya dance is a joyful dance that binds the people together. Buya dance is also performed in multiple festivals like Tazampu, Duya, and Tanua. As the music plays and the gong beats, Buya dancers start moving from the front end of the passage to the rear. The movements are effortless, with the right foot put forward to move ahead by one step. And then they have the left leg which supports it. Another performance we have is the Chalo dance, which is a celebration of the Nocte tribe. The name Chalo Loku translates to paddy cultivation season in English. It is celebrated just before the farmers harvest the paddy. This festival is a way by which the Nocte tribe says goodbye to a past season. The Chalo dance is open to people of all ages. The performance at the chief's courtyard requires dancers to be dressed traditionally. The men wear a loin coat, in the Indian dhoti style on the bottom, and the top is usually bare, adorned with silver or bamboo jewelry. There's a headgear also, which is an elaborate one with white feathers attached and many other decorative pieces. Women wear a blouse and cotton skirt. They also tie a matching piece of cloth on the waist, which makes it unique. And both men and women wear metallic rings, armlets, anklets, and earpieces. Another folk dance of Arunachal Pradesh we have is the Pasi Konki, which is a celebration of the tribe called Adi. The dance is performed to narrate the social work that the Pasi has done. It is indeed a unique representation of the rich culture that defines the Adi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. The dance is performed to the tune of a song sung by the locals, and the song is called Abang. The dance depicts how the Pasi would go to the plains to fetch iron and other essential from the market. They would march on foot, cross the dangerous hilly terrain. Also, we have another type of dance called the Wancho dance. Here, also, the men are exposed on the top and wrap a loincloth in the bottom. The cloth is usually a light color with a darker border and beads for detailing. A band is made out of cane goes around the waist. They carry sword with a golden handle, and they have, wild boar tail hair, animal skulls, shells, and colorful beads. They also have a bell attached to the bottom of the basket. And as they dance, the bells jingle, producing the music to which the dances are synced. The women wear traditional blouses and wrap a skirt around their waist. Necklaces made of coins and beads embellish the look. There is also the Ponung dance, which is an important religious celebration for the Adi tribe. The Ponung folk dance is performed to pray to gods just before the harvest period. Here also we have the dancing young girls and women who form a circle and they dance. The man is known as the Miri. He stands in the center of the dance and the circle is formed by the women. The Miri also plays a musical instrument called the yoksha. Yaru is a traditional folk theatre form of the Monpa tribe, primarily performed during religious and cultural festivals. The performances are usually accompanied by traditional music and involve song, dance, and dialogue. They often portray stories from religious texts or folklore involving gods, nature, and human values. The characters are typically portrayed by villagers. Also, there is the Khamti tribe, which has a distinctive form of folk theatre known for its use of puppetry. Known as Buranji, this theatre combines traditional puppetry with storytelling. The puppets are made of wood and cloth, and performances are often held during important festivals or community gatherings. The stories told through this puppet theatre are drawn from religious texts, local legends, and historical events. The use of puppets adds a visual element to the traditional oral storytelling, and the theatre is a unique way of preserving the culture of the Khamti tribe. Now, I'll be talking about the folk performances from Sikkim. The folk performances in Sikkim reflects the state's vibrant culture and its tradition, which are tied to nature, festivals, and spiritual life. We have the charm, which is a sacred mask dance performed by the Bhutia and the Lepcha communities, primarily during religious festivals like the Losar, the Tibetan New Year, and the Guru Rinpoche festival. The dance is characterized by performers wearing elaborately designed masks and represents deities, demons, and mythical figures. Here I've attached a photo of the charm mask, which is worn by the dancers performing the charm dance. The dancers, they are dressed, as you can see, in traditional robes and they perform graceful and intricate movements accompanied by the sounds of cymbals, drums, and traditional Tibetan instruments. They often convey spiritual stories, including tales of victory over evil and the triumph of good. Singhi Cham is a traditional dance of Sikkim, performed by male dancers who dress up as lions. And we can say that the Singhi Cham is a subgenre of the Cham dance. And the lion represents the power and strength in the Sikkimese culture. It is generally performed during important festivals, particularly during the celebration of the Losar or the Chewar ceremonies. The dancers don elaborate costumes and masks resembling the lion and mimics, interestingly, the behavior of a lion, symbolizing bravery, grace, and protection. There is also the Tamang Selo dance, which is a folk dance performed by the Tamang people, traditionally during community celebrations, weddings, and festivals. It is performed in a circle with both men and women taking part. It also has rhythmic footwork, and each dancer comes to the circle once and takes turns. The dancers often hold hands and move in a sync, which, they sing traditional Tamang songs. The dancers represent joy, unity, and the importance of community bonds. There is also the Lama dance, the traditional dance performed by monks, the lamas in the monasteries of Sikkim. This dance is also a part of the larger charm dance, where monks wear elaborate costumes and masks. You can imagine how interesting it is that they are priests or they are monks and they are wearing large, mask costumes representing gods, demons, and other spiritual entities. It also serves as a religious ritual and a form of storytelling, depicting the struggle between good and evil. There is also the Tibetan opera, the Lamu, a significant form of folk theatre in Sikkim, practiced primarily by the Bhutia community. It includes actually historical events, Buddhist legends, and local folklore. This performance is also marked by colorful costumes, masks, and energetic movements. And the Lamu plays are often staged in monasteries during religious festivals and performed in the Tibetan language. And it also focuses on the victory of good and evil over teachings of Buddhist philosophy. The Guru Rinpoche drama is a folk theatre tradition performed by both the Bhutia and the Lepcha communities, especially during the Guru Rinpoche festival, which honors Padmasambhav Guru Rinpoche, the founder of Tibetan Buddhism. The drama depicts the life and teachings of Guru Rinpoche through a combination of song, dance, and theatrical skits. The folk dances and theatre of Sikkim are a beautiful reflection of the state's rich cultural legacy. With its blend of Buddhist, Lepcha, Bhutia, and Nepalese tradition, the dance and theatrical performances serve not only as an entertainment but also a way to connect with the divine, celebrate life, and preserve the cultural and spiritual heritage of the communities. The next, we are going to talk about the folk performances from Meghalaya. Shatsuk Mainsam, also known as the dance of the happy hearts, is one of the most important and graceful dances of the Khasi tribe. We all know that in Meghalaya we have the three prominent tribes: the Garo tribe, the Jaintia tribe, and the Khasi tribe. This is the dance of the Khasi tribe. The dance symbolizes the joy of life, love, and gratitude for a good harvest. The performers wear traditional costumes and dance in pairs, moving in a rhythmic and elegant manner to the beats of drums and cymbals. Also, there is the traditional form of folk theatre performed by the Khasi people called Kashad Kailang. This form of theatre involves a combination of acting, dancing, and music, and it takes place in the cultural festivals or community gatherings. The stories enacted revolve around Khasi myths, deities, creation myths, heroic figures from the Khasi folklore. And they happen in an open setting. And also, the performances not only entertain but also serve as a means of preserving and transmitting Khasi history and values. There is the Laho dance, which is a traditional dance performed by the Garo tribe, usually during festivals and social gatherings. The dance is characterized by energetic movements and is often performed by men and women in a circle. The dance represents unity, joy, and celebration within the community. The Wangala dance is also a part of the Garo tribe and is performed during the Wangala festival, which is dedicated to Mishi Shaljong, the god of fertility. The dancers wear traditional attire, including feathered headdresses, and move to the rhythm of drums and flutes. We have the very important Kushanpala, which is an open air folk drama in the northeast India that combines song, dance, narrative, and dialogue. Traditionally, it draws its themes from the Ramayana, which became popular in the region about 500 years ago. The Rajbongshis believe that the word Kushan originates from Kush or straw, brought to life by sage Valmiki in the form of the second son of Ram. Next, we are going to talk about the folk performances from Tripura. The folk performances of Tripura reflects the community's beliefs, seasonal celebrations, and the festivities. One of the most famous traditional dance of Tripura is the Gariya dance, and this is associated with the Gariya festival or the Gariya festival, which is a celebration to seek blessings from the deity Gariya for a good harvest and prosperity. The dance is performed during the festival, usually in the month of April, and is accompanied by traditional songs. They also, the dancers dress up in colorful attire, move in circles, swinging their arms, and perform synchronized movements. The Gariya dance or the Gariya dance represents the community's reverence for nature and the gods, which bless them with bountiful crops. There is the Hojagari folk dance performed by the Riang tribe of Tripura, primarily by women. It is also a graceful and vibrant dance that is usually performed during the Hojagiri festival. The dancers balance a pot on their heads while performing intricate footwork and movements in perfect harmony with the rhythm of the music. The dance symbolizes tribal people's connection to their ancestral roots and is a way of expressing joy and festivity. The choreography is very delicate and emphasizes on balance, strength, and coordination. You can imagine, balancing a set of pots on the head. It requires a lot of balance, strength, and dedication. The Bijua dance is a dance, folk dance, performed by the Bijuas during the Bijua festival. It is also celebrated by the Tripuri people. The dance is often performed by men and women in a circular formation. It involves energetic steps and rhythmic clappings and is performed to celebrate the harvest season. Also, it is symbolic of joy and connection to the earth and agricultural cycles. The Chepra dance is a vibrant folk dance of the Tripuri people, often performed in groups during community festivals and religious ceremonies. The dancers typically wear traditional attire and accessories that enhance the performance. I am going to talk about the folk performances from Nagaland in my next slide. The people of Nagaland, who are known for their vibrant cultural festivals, rituals, have the bamboo dance, known as the Atilo or the Morung dance, one of the most famous and widely performed folk dances in Nagaland. The dance involves rhythmic clappings of bamboo sticks placed on the ground in an open formation. The performers dance between the bamboo sticks, which are moved in sync with the music without being touched or trapped by them. You can imagine how difficult it is. The dance showcases agility, coordination, and teamwork. Who performs it? The young men and the women, obviously. The Chakesang dance is a lively and vibrant folk dance performed by the Chakesang tribe of Nagaland. The dance is performed by men and women, often in a circle, and is characterized by synchronized movements. Every folk dance requires rhythmic footwork, extreme coordination, strength, and agility simultaneously. The dance is an expression of unity and joy amongst the Chakesang people, performed during the Motsu festival, which is a celebration of the harvest. We have the Sumi dance, which is a traditional folk dance performed by the Sumi tribe of Nagaland. It is also an essential part of the Owling festival, a harvest festival celebrated by the Sumi people. They perform the dance in a circle, with participants moving rhythmically to the beat of drums. The Zeliang dance is a folk dance performed by the Zeliang tribe, known for its fast-paced and energetic movements. As we know that this place, Nagaland, is a region where there are many tribes, so we have different tribal dances, and I am mentioning a few of them. The Morim, a traditional community house in Naga village, plays an important role in both social and folk theatre. The Morung plays are informal performances enacted by the youth in the community. They are primarily staged within the Morung, a male dormitory, and focuses on the lives and adventures of Naga warriors, mythological heroes, and gods. The performances are rich in symbolism and usually revolve around the community's cultural tradition. We have the Chakam Khao, which is a folk opera traditionally performed during harvest festivals, particularly the Motsu festival of the Ao tribe. This folk theatre combines dance, music, and dialogue to dramatize the entire cycle of agriculture, from sowing to harvesting. It involves mythical figures, including gods and spirits, who are believed to guide the farmers through good and bad seasons. Folk theatre in Nagaland serves as an important purpose for passing down history, tribal customs, and folklore to younger generations. These performances ensure that the stories of ancestors, the tribe's values, and myths are not forgotten. Next, I'm going to talk about the folk performances from Manipur. The Ras Leela of the Meitei people, the major tribe we have in Manipur, is one of the most famous and important dance forms of Manipur, inspired by the tales of Lord Krishna and Radha. It is a classical dance drama, but it also has folk elements in it, and it involves the story of the divine love of Krishna and Radha, as well as the interplay of other gopis. Pung Chalom is a traditional dance where the dancer plays the pung drum while performing intricate rhythmic steps. It is a integral part of the Lai Harauba festival and symbolizes the harmony between the gods, humans, and nature. The dancers perform acrobatic movements and create complex patterns while simultaneously playing the drum. The dance is an important religious and cultural performance that honors the deities and is meant to bring blessings to the community. We also have the Liba, which is a traditional folk dance performed to celebrate the harvest season. It is performed during the Shingtanba festival, which marks the start of a new harvest. The dance symbolizes the gratitude of the people for the gods for a bountiful harvest. There is Jagoy, a general term for folk dance dramas performed in Manipur, represents the bond between the people and the nature and blends storytelling with dance. Jagoy is closely associated with Manipuri festivals like Lai Harauba, a festival dedicated to the worship of the gods and deities of Manipur. We have the Khamba Thoibi, which is a traditional Manipuri dance drama based on the famous epic love story of the legendary characters Khamba and Thoibi. We can say that the dance drama and the folk dance we have, the theater we have in Manipur, is a beautiful conglomeration of the state. So, listeners, thank you for patiently listening to me. And I have tried, as I have tried in other lectures too, to give you an idea about the major folk performances of East and Northeast India, focusing on the predominant tribes and their festivals and folk performances. Thank you.